What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another Read Aloud by Coach T. Today I'll be reading I'm Not Scared, You're Scared by Seth Meyers and pictures by Rob Say Jr. There was once a bear who was easily scared. Each night before going to sleep, he would tie a bell to his door that would make a noise if anyone tried to sneak in, because even a bear who is easily scared is a very heavy sleeper. Now, you're probably wondering, aren't bears scary? Aren't bears supposed to be tall, big, and supposed to scare others? What's wrong with this bear? He's scary. He was even afraid of his own reflection. And because he couldn't see himself, he never brushed well and always had food stuck in his teeth. Ooh, that sounds like bad breath. When you're a scared bear with food in your teeth, you don't have many friends. That's right, because they're probably saying your breath stinks. Well, as it turns out, Bear actually did have one friend, and her name was Rabbit. Rabbit was never scared. She read scary stories. She slept with her door wide open. And she brushed her teeth while hanging from a tree branch by her ears. This gave her very strong ears. Talk about an acrobat. Go, Rabbit, go. One day, Rabbit made an announcement. Bear, we're going on an adventure. Bear suggested that instead of going on an adventure, they could read a book about adventures. That way, if anything goes wrong, we can just close the book. Rabbit looked at her friend and asked, Bear, are you scared? And Bear replied, I'm not scared, you're scared. And with that, Bear walked past Rabbit and out the front door. Coming from the audience, Bear, you look real scared. Look at your face. Get a grip. Bear stopped to make sure they had everything they needed. Do I need a bike helmet, Bear asked. No, said Rabbit. Do I need oven mitts? Oven mitts? No, said Rabbit. Now, why would Bear think that they need oven mitts? They're not going inside of the furnace of the fire, are they? This guy is really scared. Do I need bear repellent spray? You're a bear, said Rabbit. Get a grip. After walking a while, they came to a small stream. It looks deep, said Bear. It's not deep, said Rabbit. It looks cold, said Bear. It's not cold, said Rabbit. It looks like it's filled with fish who have very sharp teeth, the kind of fish who would like nothing more than to nibble at the ankles of a delicious bear. Rabbit looked at her friend and asked again, Bear, are you scared? And Bear replied once again, I'm not scared, you're scared. What you need to do is you need to watch how you're talking to me. I'm not the one that's being scary. I've been waiting on you all day. Now I'm tired. And with that, Bear walked along the stream until it narrowed enough that he could step over it. There he found Rabbit, who had fallen asleep waiting for him. After a bit longer, they came to the edge of the woods. It looks dark, said Bear. It's not dark, said Rabbit. It looks spooky, said Bear. It's not spooky, said Rabbit. What is wrong with you? Aren't you supposed to be a bear? I might seem happy, but you're getting on my last nerves. It looks like it's full of trees that are going to fall down and bonk us on the head, said Bear. Rabbit looked at her friend and said, Bear, are you scared? And Bear replied, I'm not scared, you're scared. And with that, Bear, realizing he would do anything to avoid the dark and spooky woods, walked to the road where he waited for the bus. The bus picked him up and drove him all the way around the forest. When he got to the other side, he woke up Rabbit, who once again had fallen asleep waiting for him. I've been waiting for you for hours. Now I done got back to catching Z's. Are we there yet? They walked some more until they came to a mountain. It looks high, said Bear. It's not high, said Rabbit. It looks slippery, said Bear. It's not slippery, said Rabbit. It looks like one of the rocks will fall and roll and land on my paw, said Bear. Rabbit looked at her friend and just had to ask, Bear, are you scared? And Bear replied, I'm not scared, you're scared. And with that, Bear, realizing he would do anything to avoid the high and slippery mountain, walked to the nearest train station. The train took him halfway around the mountain to an airfield. At the airfield, Bear bought a ticket on a helicopter that flew him to the top of the mountain and dropped him off next to Rabbit, who, no surprise here, had fallen asleep once again. Rabbit, said Bear, waking her up, should we go home? I am not going home, said Rabbit, and she bounced off with Bear following behind her. After a bit more walking, they found themselves at one side of a long rope bridge. Bear stopped. It looks rickety, said Bear. It might be a little rickety, said Rabbit. It looks old, said Bear. It might be pretty old, said Rabbit. See, Bear, I'm sick and tired of you. Every little thing you're complaining about. You're supposed to be a bear. You're supposed to be tough and strong. You're really scared, and you're getting on my last nerves. It looks like the boards might break if you were heavy enough, said Bear. Agreed Rabbit. Rabbit looked at her friend and said, Bear, are you scared? And Bear took a deep breath and said, Yes, Rabbit, I am scared. I was scared of the river, and I was scared of the forest, and I was scared of the mountain, but I am the most scared about this long old rickety bridge. And with that, Bear turned around and headed home. He marched back to the helicopter that flew him back to the airfield, then took the train back to the forest, where he got on a bus that took him to the river so he could cross where it was narrow, and then trudged all the way back to his house, where he crawled into bed. Rabbit went to the middle of the bridge and thought, see, this bridge isn't dangerous. It's a good bridge. And to prove it, she started to jump up and down, and then jumped harder. And then she jumped harder than she had ever jumped in her life. Whee! And then, the board she was jumping on cracked in half, and Rabbit fell right through the hole in the bridge. Lucky for Rabbit, she had very strong ears, but she knew she wouldn't be able to hold on forever. And because of this, Rabbit, for the first time in her life, was scared. Oh no! Now, Bear and Rabbit hadn't noticed, but throughout their journey, they had been followed by a small bird. Bird realized she had to get help, so she flew as fast as she could all the way to Bear's house. I know you're not trying to sleep, as scary as you've been all day. Wake up! Bird flew in Bear's window and started chirping as loud as she could. But Bear didn't wake up because even bears who are easily scared are very heavy sleepers. Bird was able to give up when she saw the bell on the doorknob. Ding! Ding! Bird put her head inside it and shook it as hard as she could. Bear jumped out of the bed to hear Bird yell, Rabbit has fallen through the bridge and needs your help. Get up! And in that moment, Bear felt something he had never felt before. Courage. He was so worried about his friend that instead of staying home where it was safe, he ran out the door faster than any bear had ever run before. Go, Bear, go! Go, Bear, go! When Bear reached the stream, he ran right through it. It only came up to his ankles. When he came to the forest, he ran right through it. It was only 3 trees. That's the bear that I'm talking about. Let's get it. Let's go. And when he came to the mountain, he didn't even think about taking a train and a helicopter. He just climbed right up it. It wasn't very high. That's the bear that I'm talking about. Let's get it. Let's rock. Ah! What is that statue right there? Oh, no. Meanwhile, Rabbit was now hanging with only one ear. She could feel it slipping too, and just as she lost her grip, what's going to happen? Oh, no. Oh, no, the agony. Don't even worry about it, because I've got courage on my side. Bear grabbed her by the ear and lifted her to safety. Bear, were you scared? Asked Rabbit. And Bear said with pride and honesty, Rabbit, I was scared. I was scared too, said Rabbit. And Bear smiled and said, sometimes it's okay to be scared. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Now I'm no longer scared. No longer scared. I have courage. I have courage. Oh, happy day. Now look at what courage has done for me. I can finally face the man, Bear, in the mirror. That night when Bear brushed his teeth, he didn't hide from his reflection. He looked right at it, and you know what he saw? A very brave bear with no food in his teeth. That's my bear. That's my dog. Let's get it. Let's rock. I've got courage. The end.